Hello children, hope you are all doing good and enjoying Chandana lessons. Okay, welcome to today's session. Today I have a question for you, try to answer that. If you have been to a strange place with different language, how will you communicate with them? Yes children, you can mime, that is with your action, you can use gestures using your body language, and also you can use signs and symbols. Okay children, if you are ready to use signs and symbols, then can you identify these pictures? I have got some pictures. So, you have to tell me what these pictures stand for. Okay children? Yes. What does this say? Helping. Shall we move on to the next? Yes. What does this say? Thanking. Isn't it? Okay. Next one. Sorry or apologizing. Next one. Sad. Shall we move on to the next? Yes. Astonished. Yes. What does this say children? Happy. So, when these pictures says what we want to say, how can we make our words more expressive? Here is a good girl. She wants to tell you something. Okay? Shall we listen to her? Yes. Did you listen to her? No? Okay. Shall we listen to her once again?
Hi everyone, I am a good girl. I love my school. I always do the given work. Teachers appreciate me. My parents feel happy.
What helped her children? What helped her to express her thoughts? We need words to express our thoughts, isn't it? Okay. Now, if we express our thoughts, that's enough by using words. Words also reflect our personality. Here is a story. Shall we watch it? Are you all ready to watch? Here is a story. Let's watch it.
Words reflect our personality. Yes, children, the words that we use tell us what kind of people we are. To show this, Neeta, will you please give your notes? As I was absent yesterday, I haven't completed it. I am worried about the test. Why should I help you? It was your fault. I can't give my notes. I must study for the test. Hi, Lata. Why are you looking so dull? Hi, Rani. As I was absent yesterday, I haven't completed my notes. I am worried about the test. Don't worry, I will give my notes. Come to my house. We will study for the test.
So, the words that we speak reflect our inner strengths and personality. So, the words are wonderful. Will you agree with me? Yes. Here we have a poem, Wonderful Words, written by Mary O'Neill. Let's know about the poet. She was one of the few early 20th century Irish modernist women poets. She was also a dramatist and a good friend and colleague of W.B. Yeats, George Russell and Austin Clarke. She was born in Laria County, Galway, Ireland. She studied teaching at National College of Art, Dublin. She published plays Blue Bearded and Out of the Darkness. Her collection Prometheus and Other Poems was the first collection of poems published by an Irish poet. Okay, we shall see some glossary words children. I am going to introduce to you some new words that come in the poem. Just we shall see the meaning of those words. Okay, are you all ready? Shrivel, wrinkle, dry up, waste away. See this picture children. How can we use this word? Leaves shrivel during winter. Yes, shall we move on to the next? Groom. What is the meaning of this word? brush, clean up. Yes, look at this picture. Grooming of pets, keep them clean. Next word, swing, move to and fro. Look at this picture, children. The boy is swinging with joy. Yes, marvelous, wonderful, splendid. Yes, God's creation is marvelous. Longing, desire, thirst, yearning. See, in this picture, these birdlings are longing for their food. Next word, holding, carry, grasp. Here, the earth is holding many mysteries in it. Okay, children, these are the meaning of these words. When they come in the poem, you have to comprehend that line using these meanings. Okay? Okay, let's listen to the poem. I am going to read it out for you. Take your textbook, open that poem at page number 87 and listen to me. Never let a thought shrivel and die for want of a way to say it, for English is a wonderful game and all of you can play it. Let me read it once again. You can read with me now. Never let a thought shrivel and die for want of a way to say it, for English is a wonderful game and all of you can play it. Next stanza. All that you do is match the words to the brightest thoughts in your head so that they come out clear and true. Let me read it once again. All that you do is match the words to the brightest thoughts in your head so that they come out clear and true. And handsomely groomed and fed, for many of the loveliest things have never yet been said. And handsomely groomed and fed, for many of the loveliest things have never yet been said. Words are the food and dress of thought, they give it its body and swing, and everyone is longing today to hear some fresh and beautiful thing. Read with me, children, now. Words are the food and dress of thought, they give it its body and swing, and everyone is longing today to hear some fresh and beautiful thing. But only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. Maybe your mind is holding now a marvelous new surprise. But only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. Maybe your mind is holding now a marvelous new surprise. Okay, children. Now, let's try to comprehend. Okay. To comprehend this poem, I have some activities for you. Are you all interested in doing it? Okay. Here comes the first one. Complete this line. I have given half of the line, you have to complete it. Okay, children, here I have given you half of the line, you have to complete it. First one, we should never let our thoughts shrivel and die. We should never let our thoughts shrivel and die. Okay. According to the poet, there are so many thoughts in our mind. So, we have to express them. We should not leave it. If we keep it in our mind itself, they may shrivel and die. Okay. Now, if so, do you express whatever that comes into your mind? No, children. What you have to do, you have to think before you speak and don't say everything that you think. According to Alexander Lebed, think before you speak and don't say everything that you think, because whatever you express shouldn't hurt others. Okay, shall we move on to the next line? English is, can you complete, children? A wonderful game. Yes. Then if it is a wonderful game, who can play this? Yes, according to the poet, everybody can play it. So, you must be thinking English is very difficult, isn't it? No, it's very easy and it is just like a game. Everybody can play this. Okay, we shall move on to the next. We match our words. Yes, can you complete this? With our thoughts. Yes, how can we match these words? There are so many thoughts in our head. We have to match those thoughts with our words. How can we do this? Choose the words that can make people ponder to wonder. People should like whatever you say. Okay, children? Then, right word in the right place at the right time can soothe, calm and heal. You have to choose such a word. People should like you. Okay, shall we move on to the next? We must clean up. Yes, what comes next? Yes, our thoughts. Before we express something, we must clean up our thoughts. So, how can we make it? Speak clearly if you speak at all. Carve every word before you let it fall. According to Oliver Wendell Holmes, you have to carve every word, because when you speak something, you have to carve every word. It should not hurt others. Until you express your words, you are the owner. Okay? And then once you express them, and they start ruling you. So, before expressing them, you have to carve each and every word. Shall we move on to the next, children? Yes, thoughts come out. If we carve every word, how does your thought come out? Clear and true. Thoughts come out clear and true, just like clear and true. So, you have to express your thoughts very clearly. Okay, children. Now, let us play another game. Can you guess? Here I have got some pictures for you. You have to guess the lines from looking at these pictures. Okay? Here comes the first one. See this picture. There you see in the box words is written, and food, dress and thought. Yes, can you guess this line from the text, children? Yes, words are the food and dress of our thought. According to the poet, words are the food and dress of our thought. As food is very important for us to get strength, and dress is very important for us to look attractive, words play that role according to the poet, because when words are there, they make our thoughts alive and make our thoughts attractive. Okay. Can you guess the next one now? Yes, there you can see some audience listening to something, an ear, and in the box fresh and beautiful thing. Yes, can you guess this line? Everyone wants to hear some fresh and beautiful thing. Nobody wants to hear some repeated ones, isn't it, children? So, everyone wants to hear some fresh and beautiful thing. If I keep on repeating the same thing for 1 hour, what will you say? You will get bored. For example, if a small child of 2 years or 1 year, if its mother keeps on telling the same story every day, what does it do? It may ask for a new story, isn't it? So, nobody wants to hear repeated ones. They want some fresh and beautiful things. Where are they? They are in your head. Only thing you have to express. Otherwise, it will shrivel and die. Okay, shall we move on to the next? Yes. Can you guess this, children? Words can free a. In the box it is written, and you can see an eye. Let us see, observe this picture. What is there behind this eye? Yes, there is a prison. Inside that prison you find the word thought. So, shall we see it once again? See? Yes, can you guess this line? Only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. Poet compares our mind to the prison. What is imprisoned there? Thought. So, who can free that thought? Only words. So, only words can free a thought from its prison behind our eyes. Okay, shall we move on to the next now? Yes, you can see your mind, that is brain. So, can you guess this line? Very easy to guess. Yes, your mind may hold a marvelous new surprise. When you express them, there are so many surprises. You may come out with interesting stories and then poems and what not. So, only thing you have to express them, you have to express your thoughts. Now, let us see some literary devices. The poet has used some literary devices, and these literary devices differentiate between the poem and the lesson. This is the difference between poetry and the prose. So, let us see what literary devices have been used in this poem. First stanza. Here I have marked it and it with red color, isn't it? So, these are the rhyming words. So, what is the rhyme scheme? Rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B. It is rhyming with it, and the first line, last word die is not rhyming with any other word, and game is also not rhyming with any other word. So, we call them A and C. So, the rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B. Then we find alliteration here. What is alliteration? The repetition of same sound in the same line. Here va, sound va is repeating in the second line. So, it is alliteration. Then we have one more figure of speech, that is personification. I have highlighted the first line. Can you see that? Never let a thought shrivel and die. Here thought has been personified. Thought has been personified. Shrivel and dying is the characteristic of a living thing, isn't it? So, it has been personified. So, never let a thought shrivel and die is the example for personification. Is it clear, children? Shall we move on to the next? And here you see had, fed and said as rhyming words, isn't it? So, what is the rhyme scheme of this poem? A, B, C, B and D, B. So, you understood now why the first line last word is called as A and third line as C and the fifth line as D, isn't it? Only had, fed and said are rhyming. So, we can call them as A, B, C, B and D, B. And we have alliteration. I have underlined there. Can you see that? Yes. Sound ka is repeating in the third line. Okay. Shall we move on to the next now? Yes. Now, you have to tell me, children, what is the rhyme scheme of this stanza? Can you say? Here swing is rhyming with thing. Can you say the rhyme scheme of this stanza? Can you say? Yes. Rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B, isn't it? Then do you find any alliteration? Do you find any alliteration here? Yes. Sound ta is repeating in the third line, isn't it? Okay. Then here we find a metaphor, figure of speech metaphor, that is words are the food and dress of our thought. Here words are compared to food and dress by the poet. So, it is metaphor. Shall we move on to the next? Yes. Now, it is very easy for you to find out the rhyme scheme, isn't it? Very easy now. You have to tell me now. Yes, children. A, B, C, B. Correct. Because eyes and surprise are rhyming with each other. So, thought and now are not rhyming with any other words of the poem. So, they are considered as A and C. So, the rhyme scheme of this poem is A, B and C, B, isn't it? Okay. Now, alliteration is there. You can say now the sound ma is repeating in the third line. So, it is alliteration. Yes. Now, let us recapitulate what you have learnt so far. Okay, children. You have got some questions here. Try to say the answer for this question. What according to the poet should we not let die? Now, you know the answers? Yes, try to answer them. Yes. According to the poet, we should never let our thoughts die. Yes, correct, children. Then next question, what do we do with English as a game? Yes, we match our thoughts with our words. Next question. Who can play this game? Everybody can play it. Isn't it, children? Everybody can play this game. Next. When does our thought come out clear and true? Yes, when it is groomed, it comes out clear and true. Yes, children, we got some fill-ups here. Try to answer these questions. Fill in the blank questions. Yes, first one. According to the poet, blank are the food and dress of our thought. What is the answer for this question, children? Yes, words. According to the poet, words are the food and dress of our thought. Second one, words give our thought its blank and blank. Yes, what is the answer for it? Body and swing. Words give our thought its body and swing. Then third one, according to the poet, prison behind our eyes refers to blank. Can you answer this? Yes, children, mind. According to the poet, prison behind our eyes refers to mind. Now, so far we have comprehended what we have learnt, isn't it? Now, let us try to summarize it. Let us try to summarize the poem. Summary of the poem goes like this. We must never let our thoughts shrivel and die. English is a wonderful game. Here we match our thoughts with words. We must clean up our thoughts so that our not yet been said loveliest thoughts come out clear and true. Words are the food and dress of thought, which give it its body and swing. Today, everyone wants to hear some fresh and beautiful thing. Our mind may hold a marvelous new surprise. Only words can free that from the prison behind our eyes. Only words can make our thoughts good and help us to be good. See here, the last sentence upholds the philosophy of unanimity of Kaya, Vacha and Manasa. So, we shall, when we listen all these things, we come to a conclusion that we can say that words have power in them, isn't it? Yes, words have power. We have a story here, let us listen to it. Listen and watch. Once a beggar was begging on the pavement. He had a board beside him. It was written, "Please help me, I am a blind man." Yes, the passers-by paid little attention towards him, so he could get little. Do you know what happened next? Two girls came walking that way. They took the board, wrote something and placed it in the same place and went away. Then people began helping more and more. He was waiting to know what those girls wrote on the same board. In the evening, when those girls came back, he asked them, "What did you write on my board?" Do you know what they said? Yes, they said, "We wrote the same thing in a different way." So, we can change the world with our words. So, words play a very important role. Words can change our world, isn't it, children?
Let's go beyond the text. Interesting facts about English words. If you turn the words swims and noon upside down, you get the same words swims, noon. Number 4 has the same number of letters F-O-U-R. The words listen and silent have exactly the same letters in them. L-I-S-T-E-N are repeating in the word silent S-I-L-E-N-T. If we remove 4 vowels from the word Q, the single letter reads the same word Q. A pangram is a sentence in which every letter of the alphabet is used at least once. Example, the 5 boxing wizards jump quickly. If we examine this sentence, you will get all the 26 letters of English alphabet from A to Z. The word education has all the 5 vowels in it. That is E, U, A, I, O. A, E, I, O, U vowels of English alphabet. Rhythm is the word which has no vowel in it. There are some words in English which have no perfect rhyming words. For example, orange, silver, wolf, marathon.
So now we have come to the end of this lesson. Let me give you some assignment question. Write down these questions and answer these questions and show it to your teachers. First question, what does the poet ask us not to let die? English is a game to play. How does the poet justify it? Our philosophy advocates oneness, unanimity of Kaya, Vacha and Manasa. How far does this poem support this philosophy? And I have given you an oral question. Memorize this poem. You have to memorize it and recite it to your teachers. As this poem is there for memorization, you have to memorize this. Okay, thank you children. And before that, I would like to tell you there is a QR code in your textbook. You have to scan it. There are so many activities given over there. You have to do those activities. Okay children, I am Padmavati from KPS Tamgondlu signing off. Thank you once again. Stay safe.